Hi, I'm Kerry Kirkham, the Wine Fox. I just had a fantastic dinner and a great wine, and I wanted to share it with you. We're almost done with the wine, so I had better talk about it before the bottle's empty. Um, my husband made puttanesca and chicken with spaghetti squash, and it was just absolutely lovely. And the puttanesca sauce had some nice acidity, a little bit of anchovy and olives, and I paired it with Wild Thing Old Vine Zin, Mendocino County, 2014. I paired it with Zinfandel because, well, although Zinfandel has its origins in Croatia as a variety, it moved to Italy where it's known as Primitivo. And I figured Zinfandel and puttanesca, it's a natural pairing. And you know what? I was totally right. And I love it when the wine tastes better with the food and the food tastes better with the wine. That's a magical pairing. And this, fantastic. This is one of my favorite Zinfandels in the $20 and under range. It's called Wild Thing because it's a wild yeast fermentation. The winemaker's name is Carol Shelton. She's known as the Zen Master of Zin, so she doesn't inoculate for primary fermentation. And the results are a dense, beautifully fruity Zinfandel. It's plush, it's easy to drink, and it has enough acidity to support a tomato sauce. It is a food-friendly wine. It is a empty glass friendly wine. You don't need food to enjoy it, but it really is. God, it was so fantastic with dinner. We had such a good time eating and drinking this wine, and it is one of my favorites. And it's also sustainably farmed Old Vine, Mendocino County Zin. And I do want to talk about something for clarity sake, is that Carol's one of my friends, and she's one of my hero winemakers. I come from a winemaking background, and she makes wine very similar to how I learned to make wine. And in my winery, the winery where I apprenticed at, our house style was very similar to Carol's. So I'm very partial to her wines. She's not only very intelligent, a fantastic winemaker, she's also a nice person. So I just love her wines. You'll hear me talk about them a lot. I am a paid club member of Carol's Winery, so I pay for all my wines. I pay club price. I don't get discounts, and this bottle I bought, if I ever take a bottle that's a sample or I get a discount, I mention it in my review. So my enthusiasm for Carol and her wines is pure. I buy her wines. I love to support what she's doing. She started making wine in the 70s, back when it was really hard for women to break into wine. She was a lab tech. And back in the 70s, there were some old Italian winemakers in California who wouldn't even let women into the cellar because they thought that they would spoil the wine, that perhaps they had a yeast that would spoil the wine. Well, Candida is very different from Saccharomyces. It's not even the same yeast strain, but the stigma was there. So Carol really did break through the glass ceiling and is just a phenomenal winemaker and a hero. And I do want to add that her tasting room and winery is in the Coffee Park neighborhood of Santa Rosa, which, as you know, recently suffered some amazing damage, fire, and just completely leveled the Coffee Park neighborhood. Carol and her husband actually lost their home. So I would encourage you to get out to Carol Shelton's tasting room in Santa Rosa. You will not be disappointed. I get nothing for saying this. I buy all my wines, and I think that you will be just as delighted as I am with her wines. And to that I say, cheers.